So I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of why we say that going to yoga is not the only answer to stop you getting injured or when you've gotten injured. And I want to explain why. So most people's reaction is, now that I'm injured, I'm going to have 6 weeks off and go and do yoga and that'll solve it. And the reason why it doesn't work is because yoga, essentially, while it's great for the mental side of things, and obviously you will get some static stretching results, the reason why it doesn't help you get back to where you were pre-injury state is because essentially you're now taking away all that force production and essentially resting, as opposed to working through rebuilding that capacity, rebuilding that ability to produce force throughout the end ranges, and essentially rehabilitate yourself back to a state where you were pre-injury. So when you go from training 5-6 days a week or whatever you were doing to then just going stop, cold turkey, going back to yoga, whilst you may be increasing your flexibility, what you're not doing is learning how to reproduce force in those end ranges and get yourself back to that pre-exercise state. So what do we recommend instead? Now, we've got that loaded mobility and strength through range course that we've developed to help you understand how you can still produce force in a more isolated way so that you can start to get that neural adaptation and the structural adaptation and actually put it back into play and just rebuild yourself from where you are now to where you need to be in order to get back into the more dynamic movements that CrossFit or BBB has to offer. So rather than just biting the bullet, going cold turkey and going back to yoga, what we recommend is learning what you've done, so get a diagnosis, and then learning the correct path back to where you should be so that you can get back to training faster and not go back to that pre-injured state.